Last week, former President Donald Trump shook global markets by threatening a 100% tariff on all Chinese imports, effective as soon as November 1, 2025. This move would double the price of every Chinese product in the U.S., from electronics to clothing, sending shockwaves through businesses and consumers. Trump also announced new controls on critical Chinese software, escalating U.S.-China tensions. China responded swiftly, warning it would take resolute measures if the U.S. proceeded, signaling readiness for a trade war. The world's two largest economies now face a high-stakes standoff, with both sides refusing to back down. Over the weekend, Trump's tone shifted, posting, "Don't worry about China, it will all be fine," leaving observers puzzled about his true intentions. Is this a negotiation tactic or the start of a new trade war? The uncertainty has left global markets and governments on edge. The world is watching to see if these threats will become reality. Trump's tariff threat was a direct response to China's new export controls on rare earth materials, essential for smartphones, electric vehicles, and military tech. China dominates the global supply of these minerals, making its move a powerful economic lever. Beijing framed the controls as retaliation for recent U.S. restrictions on Chinese tech firms. Rather than an outright ban, China now requires export licenses for these materials, signaling it wants leverage without fully disrupting global markets. This tit-for-tat escalation highlights how both nations are weaponizing trade. The U.S. restricts Chinese companies. China squeezes rare earth exports. The U.S. threatens massive tariffs. Each side claims to be retaliating, but the cycle risks spiraling into a full-blown trade war. Both economies, and the world, stand to lose if this continues. The stakes have never been higher. A tariff is a tax on imported goods. If the U.S. imposes a 100% tariff on Chinese products, a $10 item would cost $20 before it hits the shelves. Tariffs can protect domestic industries or punish foreign countries, but they also raise prices for consumers and businesses at home. In this dispute, tariffs are being used as economic weapons. American consumers would pay more, and U.S. companies relying on Chinese parts would face higher costs. China, meanwhile, risks losing access to its biggest export market. Both sides are threatening economic pain to force the other to back down. But in a trade war, everyone pays a price. The logic is dangerous. Escalation could hurt both economies and destabilize global trade. Trump's tariff threat triggered an immediate market meltdown. U.S. stocks lost $2 trillion in value, and the Dow plunged nearly 900 points. The shockwaves hit global markets, with the UK's FTSE 100 also dropping. Even Bitcoin tumbled, then partially rebounded after China's measured response. Experts debated whether Trump's move was a real policy or a negotiation tactic, an escalate to de-escalate strategy. Some U.S. politicians insisted America holds the upper hand, but most economists warned a trade war would damage both sides. The uncertainty rattled investors, businesses, and governments worldwide. The risk, a miscalculation, could spiral into a crisis. As both sides dig in, the world economy hangs in the balance. The stakes are enormous, and the outcome is far from certain. If these tensions escalate, ordinary people will feel it first. Prices on everyday goods like phones, shoes, and appliances could double overnight. American businesses relying on Chinese parts would face soaring costs, leading to layoffs or closures. The ripple effects would hit global supply chains, threatening jobs and growth worldwide. A prolonged trade war could trigger a global recession and strain international cooperation on critical issues. This isn't just about economics, it's a test of global stability. The path forward depends on whether leaders choose negotiation or confrontation. The world is watching, hoping for reason to prevail. The next moves in Washington and Beijing will shape the future for everyone.